So, Martin,
Yeah.
you've taught quite a few exam classes.
Yes.
Which ones have you taught?
I've taught FCE, CAE, CPE, IELTS, TOEIC.
Wow, and what are
That's
they?
really kind of you, thank you.
So
Yeah, 'cause
the
I
FCE, CAE, and CPE are Cambridge Main Suite exams, and they're kind of like just for kind of like improving your general ability and all the skills, and then the IELTS exam is more there's two types, but it's more academic that we teach. It's like people want to go to university, people who want to get a visa, and TOEIC is, I can't remember if it's TOEIC or TOEFL actually, but it's like the American version of IELTS.
Wonderful. Now, I want you to imagine, okay, that a new teacher has arrived at your school just post-CELTA, and the Director of Studies has given them an exam class. What tips would you give them?
Say no. No, I'm joking. I would say try not to get so obsessed with just doing exam all the time, because you need to remember that they need to still be working on building up their vocabulary and generally like improving their level of accuracy, and you don't have to constantly be doing a practice test or practice reading from that exam. You can use other resources. I think that's the thing that took me a while to realise.
Mm-hmm. And would you say that exam students are different in class to general English students? Do they have different motivations?
Well, I don't think there's like a typical exam student, because it does depend on the exam and it depends on the school. But I think they do have like different expectations of it. I think they generally like they take it all a bit more seriously to begin with, but it can be quite hard to keep them motivated throughout the whole course. Sometimes you do have to battle a bit against their expectations, because they might think that it's all got to be really serious and boring, and actually it can be quite fun, quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I don't really like to generalise, because I've taught, in the ones I've taught, I think they're always a bit different, the groups, like in a general English class.
Okay, and do you have a favourite exam class that you like teaching?
I like doing FCE.
Why is that?
CAE. Because it's long, in our school it's longer than the other exam courses, than the IELTS, for example. And I like the sort of balance of vocabulary and grammar and reading and writing and pronunciation and all of that. I find the course book that we use quite nice to teach from as well, quite easy to use, lots of extra materials. So.
And last but not least, how has teaching exams impacted on your own teaching?
I think it's probably made me a lot more focused on like what the students, when you know what the students need to do to pass a certain exam, kind of makes you realise probably the kind of things that are quite important to teach in general English as well, things that are useful and not useful. So I think that's probably one of the things. And then maybe teaching exam classes as well, you sort of get students who come from general English who haven't done any writing at all, and so it can be a real struggle to get them onto that. So definitely focus more on that in GE, I think, since I've done exam classes.
Thank you very much, Martin.
My pleasure.